Alright, good morning. So we are starting and continuing with the essay writing or the writing test. This is task 2. So for the past 2 days, we've been going through the essay writing and we've been able to clearly understand the formula, how to apply the formula. We've also been able to bring in the paraphrase, which is to recopy the question that's given to you on your question paper, where you have to rewrite it onto your answer sheet, but not verbatim. Rather, you are to rephrase that question in a way that it will retain the original information as contained on the question paper. Then after the paraphrase, you have to go back to the question to read the question twice or thrice. You have to read the original question twice or thrice and ensure that you've clearly understood what the question is actually talking about. Once this is achieved, you have to go and then decide on what path you have to take or what you should do. For instance, if the question says you should discuss both sides of the argument, of course you do not have an option. You just have to raise points that you use to discuss the two arguments. But if the question says, do you agree or disagree, it is up to you to decide whether you have better points to agree or you want to actually disagree. So whichever path you want to take, you need to go to your question paper, plan your essay by drafting out the points you would like to use to establish the path you've taken or decided to choose. Now, if it's a one-sided question, for instance, do you agree or disagree, and you choose to agree, of course, you are focusing strictly on the agreement path. Now, for that, you are strongly expected to have 2 points. Now, these 2 points should not be a remix of the first. So you have to create 2 parallel points, but both talking about either agreement or disagreement, depending on what you feel you have better points for. If you are asked to discuss both sides, of course, what you are required to do is to generate 2 points, 1 for each. So 1 point for the first part, the second point for the opposing group. If you're asked to establish to what extent you agree with an issue, or to what extent you agree or disagree, what you particularly need to do is decide whether you have to write to agree absolutely, or you want to write to agree to a certain extent. Now, if you're writing to agree totally, of course, you are to generate 2 points that will show agreement. These 2 points should be independent. But if you want to write to agree to an extent, that means first you have to agree, then second point would oppose the issue. If the question says, why do they do so and what are the benefits? That means you're raising points to establish why people do whatever it is that has been raised on the question, and you establish what the merits or profits or gains or benefits are. But you need to understand that when the question says, why did they do so, it doesn't specifically require you to actually give just 1 point. So it's safer to give 2 points. Now, what are the benefits is very clear. It's asking of plural. So you need to give more than 1 benefit. So whatever it is that the question establishes or requires you to do, you need to then plan your essay on your question paper as rough work. If you are doing computer-based tests, you need to go down onto that your writing interface and do a very rough work where you draft out your points. But do not forget to delete those points before you submit. If not, the system will count those words as part of the essay. I mean, if it is computer-based test. If this is your screen, for instance, when you click here, which is the fresh or beginning of the answer space, you should use your enter button. It will take you down, right? So down here, you can just do a rough planning of your essay. Then you go back up and begin to write. Do you understand? So what I said earlier was, once you are done writing, don't forget to come down here, because as you're typing, whatever you wrote here will keep going down, right? you may forget. So let it be in your mind that once you're done with your essay, go down there and delete all of that. Else, the system will also detect that you wrote some things down here and it will count as part of the information.
Okay, so are you saying in the exam, sometimes you don't actually need to use your pen to write the essay? You use the computer?
No. There are two formats of IELTS. You may either choose to do the computer-based test or you do the paper-based test.
You're the one to choose.
At the point of registration,
So which is better?
the one that is better is the one you are comfortable with. If you are not conversant with the system, you can't download it. If you are not a fast typer, then don't go for it. So you have to go for the one you are comfortable doing. So I explained for the paper based that you have to do some scribbling on your question paper as rough work. So I'm also explaining for those that will go for computer based, this is how to also do the rough work to plan your essay. So once you have drafted out the points that you would like to use to establish whatever it is that the question demands of you, you then establish also if you are required to indicate your stance, whether to establish some views or state your opinion or make some suggestions or give the merits or demerits or advantages or disadvantages, whatever it is that the question asks. All you need to do is to ensure that you have also drafted that on your question paper as rough work. So once you're done doing that, go back to your answer sheet where you ought to have paraphrased, then continue on that same line. If your paraphrase begins from this point and ends at this point, once you are coming back to the answer sheet to establish your background statement, continue from this place. Don't go down because there is space right here. And remember, you are treating paragraph 1. So don't constitute another paragraph when you are still treating introduction. Please, do you understand? So once you have established your background statement, of course, is where you have to make a statement like that of a manifesto. You would say in this essay, I will be doing X, Y, Z, right? Then after that, remember your background statement should end with a semicolon. Semicolon, right? Then after that, you bring in your stance, whatever it is you want to drop as opinion. Please, is this clear? Please, what was the last part I explained? Can you remember?
You said after your paraphrase, I should still write on the same line. What you are agreeing on.
Okay, that's the only part you heard. So please, can you correct her? What I said actually.
You said that when you're done with your planning, that you have to continue from where you stop in your paraphrasing. That if there's a space, that you should not create additional paragraph. Just continue, don't add another paragraph because you are still in paragraph 1. Then when you're done writing, that your paragraph should end with semicolon.
The paragraph 1.
Before writing your thesis.
Okay, madam, did you hear what I explained?
That's exactly what I heard. But after the paraphrase, you shouldn't leave the line. You should continue on the same line. And your statement should end with a semicolon.
That's statements. Background statements. Not the paragraph, right? The background statement should end with what?
A semicolon.
Semicolon. Then after that, you bring in your stance, which is the opinion, right? So once you are done doing that, your essay writing test P1 is completely done. The P1. Then quickly, let's go to paragraph 2. Yesterday we completed paragraph 1, right? Who can remember what we treated? Yesterday, that we have to develop paragraph 1. Madam Neighbor, can you remember what we did yesterday? That we developed paragraph 1.
Are you talking about one you wrote?
The posture. Now we have to develop paragraph 1 first.
Sorry, I don't really understand what you mean.
Madam Jennifer, what was it yesterday that we actually developed paragraph 1 for? What question was that?
About technology.
That what happened to technology?
The scientists and should we go to
Yes, please, go ahead. So can you remember what we treated yesterday?
Yeah.
Then we have to use we have to do a complete paraphrase and paragraph 1 for.
After the paraphrasing yesterday, we continue with by developing the paragraph 1 proper. The first thing we did there was to admit, that is to agree that the benefits of technology or computer system outweighs the demerits of the merits. There we went further to start giving reasons why we should choose that instead of not, like from what you wrote, what you taught us yesterday. You said that if you have your way, that you even advise government to have a law that will make sure that it's not only going to be compulsory, rather that people should be punished because of the hazards that might come up from them.
Thank you. Can you remember this?
Yes.
We did this yesterday. But what you get to me is not actually my question. My question was.
You are confusing us with this
Allow you to end first now. No, Adam, take it easy, okay?
I allow you to finish. My question was, what was it that we treated yesterday? What question was it that we developed paragraph 1 for? Is that question that I want us to continue?
Okay. The question we treated yesterday was,
If you can,
he said, to what extent do we agree that
no, you say you should just say the question first. But that's what we want to choose.
Okay, we should read out the question.
yes, please.
Many researchers believe that technology has so many good and unfavorable effects on humans and society, although the impacts can be solved by the same technology.
Thank you. This was what we actually treated yesterday. And we, on this question, we developed paragraph 1 completely. Right?
Yes.
Now, my second question. What 2 strong points did you note down as regards our agreement to treat the question? What 2 points did you note down? Let's use it to begin paragraph 2. We drafted out some points on the board.
The 2 main points.
No, any 2 strong points you.
Okay, we spoke about security reasons,
Security,
communication,
communication, engineering,
domestic,
home chores and appliances,
accounting,
accounting or accountability, AI, transport, right? These are things we actually talked about. Please, if you keep practice a little bit before you sleep, possibly just give yourself 10-20 minutes. Just glance through what you have done. The brain will store it. Because sometimes these things now will help you to remember points when you go for the exam. Honestly. A question will be thrown at you, right? That question may in a way relate to something we have practiced here. So if you're able to remember some of these things we discussed here, it will be easier for you to actually begin to write. So yesterday we agreed that, what did we agree to do yesterday? What was the task from the question? What was the task?
In your opinion, do you like whether technology outweighs the disadvantage?
Whether the benefits of technology to humans, right?
Yes, outweighs the disadvantage.
And we said yes, that the benefits outweigh, right? So what points will you use for paragraph 2? The first point for paragraph 2 would be, look at this point. I would like us to look at this point and tell me what you can say about this. I'm not giving us time to think because this is how exam will come. It's spontaneous. So when you look at this point, what can you expatiate?
I would say for the people who are in, I don't know how to put it.
Is that the best?
Yes. Let me learn about this guy. This is my main problem.
This is no longer a problem. The point to talk about is the mind. It's not to talk about it. Where the problem is to think out the point. That's where the problem is.
To think out and how to put it down.
When you think out the point, how to put it down will not be. Because for that point to come out, you already know what you want to say. That is by default. The problem is to think out the point. So right here, you just went straight to give a one-sentence answer as regards sophisticated people and for communication, likes of phone. If you write this one, you have written only 30 words. Then you are looking for like 250, right? Okay, I'm not going to. Let me give another person opportunity to speak. All right, please, what can you say? How can you expand or expatiate or give more detail about this point?
Technology as a solution to insecurity and communication gaps. With the help of technology these days, it is easier to dictate where and how a crime is committed. It is easier to tell and to get where they are hiding. And with the help of computers and technologies, during this modern age, it is faster rather than traveling from here to maybe going to Calabar to dictate where this person is. Here you are standing, you can dictate where the person is in Calabar and you will be picked up from there. Example was my neighbor's phone was stolen and it was sold in Lagos, and at the end of the day, the phone was tracked and the person was apprehended without my neighbor going to Lagos. And at the end of the day, the phone was recovered fully. On the other hand, technology has brought about easy access to communication. Those days, I remember when I lost my dad, and they said we should go and do telegram. Not even mind, in those days, that was still a means of communication, but it was not as to be measured with what we have today. We just wrote a telegram and they said, "Father, come home, mother died." And it took like 2 weeks for our father to come home. But these days, technology has made it very easy. If there's a problem today, you just put the call across. "Father, our mother is no more. Please, you are needed at home." Same day, same minute, you'll be able to get the information. So, to me, with the help of technology in our modern age, both security and communication gap have been filled to some extent. And I believe we can improve more better to make things more easy.
Thank you.
Technology has really helped us a lot in terms of security. I don't know what to say.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. In this security now, we can still use the CCTV camera.
It is very fast. I don't know why. It is very fast.
That's the example now. For example, you have to put something for the example. Like for example, not for example. For instance, in our homes today, but you have to put something there. That's our problem.
Okay,
before our example.
Let me. What he asks is we should speak on insecurity. With the help of CCTV camera in our days today, it is easier to dictate who and how a theft or a crime is committed in our homes, in our offices, even on the streets. With the help of CCTV camera today, the security operatives are able to do some things that will take them decades to achieve.
I don't even know what you're doing this case.
Okay. Now, look at it. Technology as a solution to insecurity and communication gaps. So first, let's talk about insecurity. You can talk about the home, the society, the community, the country at large. Right? Let's talk about our home. Because family is the smallest unit that now goes round, right? For homes, it is no longer news that people employ maids or domestic staff and leave their children at the mercy of their domestic staff. And you don't know how your little ones, minors, are treated behind your back. So, with the use of the CCTV, you can keep tabs with the events going on in your home, irrespective of your distance. So these are devices. Now, when there is war, insecurity, Technology, fighter jets. Technology, warships. Warships are used for defense, that is insecurity. When criminals or terrorist group or insurgents hide somewhere like Sambisa, it is easy to use drone to go to them. So here, technology as a solution to insecurity is very broad. So you really have to look at what you can say about it, and you are able to express yourself in detail. Right? Now, technology as a solution to communication gaps. This one is very broad. Communication gaps. Remember, when you go to airports, tarmac, one of the major causes of accidents, that is crash, is lack of communication. Yes. When there is no communication between a plane that's about to land and the one that's about to take off. Now let's also go to family. Career parents are always on the move. Going from one state to another, from one country to another, either on in-service training or they are going for one program or the other, organized and sponsored by the office. Now when that happens, the children may be left at the mercy of their domestic staff. Husband may also be very busy at work. Now, how do we manage situations at home? The use of video calls, the use of FaceTime, the use of Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever application you're using. I know of a family that one is in France, the other one is in Germany, and the other ones are in Nigeria. They all connect on a daily. In fact, they speak for over 3-4 hours. While this one is in the kitchen, she just keep her phone and they are just they ask me, what's that thing that just flew past? And she look, oh, that's my parrot. Oh, thank you. Logistic. Communication gap. Alright? So that is another way. You want to study or you want to pass a message to your staff. Like this man, the Brekete family, owner of Brekete family radio and television show. He has other outstations. He communicates with them through the CCTV camera. How does that work? There are some CCTV cameras that have speakers. When you are just in the office, the person is hearing the conversation. Right? So it is also another way. So when the person hears what he's not supposed to hear, they will call you. Hello, Mabel, what did he just say? You say, no, that is not actually what he did.
Offline.
Do you understand? So these are things you really need to use to express yourself. Then you cite an instance. Just give one example. And that's all. You don't need to give example for insecurity and give another example for communication gap. No. Just one example is perfect.
Well, can you give 2 examples?
You mean we shouldn't give one each?
No. On this topic, one example is enough. Insecurity and communication gap. You can cite a scenario where technology was used to curb insecurity and communication was also applied. And that's all you need. Do you understand this? Please, who is not clear about this topic and how to explain it?
The truth of the matter is, some understand, but it is how to put it down, you know. When you are writing it, how to get those points, you know,
How do you start it?
you will start
Because
flowing
it's
and
yeah.
That's the main issue, sir.
It's in the head, but how to put it down? The way, the steps to follow to put it down.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so here we have paragraph 1. This is just, pardon me, paragraph 2. So right here we have the paragraph 2 completely written. You need to be quite creative and spontaneous. And you also need to look at your sentence structure, ensure that your spellings are apt. And with that, you're good to go. So a very quick one. This is my topic sentence for paragraph 2, and it says technology as a solution to insecurity and communication gaps. Then I started by saying, oftentimes a lot of people at different locations are falling victims of insecurity, either by being robbed, kidnapped, or harassed by hoodlums or unscrupulous gangs. These sort of experiences have left inhabitants of the society with great fears. However, with the invention and introduction of technological gadgets such as the CCTV, drones, and sophisticated weapons and armors, the level of insecurity has been minimized to a reasonable level. To further illustrate my point, in the year 2014, in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, a gang of terrorists invaded a housing estate that had about 400 houses and took the occupants hostage and made a demand for 10 million naira as ransom for each person. This was an unrealistic quest at that time. However, the government had to deploy Central Intelligence Agency (CIA) to make use of the detective technology to rescue the hostages, which was carried out swiftly, and within a space of 48 hours, over 390 kidnapped persons were set free to reunite with their various families, while the rest of them were taken to a hospital for medical attention due to the spike in their blood pressure. This is self-explanatory, right? Any examiner that reads this should understand from your own perspective, right? Then, if I want to add little thing to this, I'll then talk about communication, right? But it's not necessary at this point, because when you go through this is almost 100 words.
145.
145. You are busy counting the number of words. 145 words. Don't worry, this is because I like stories, so I can gist a lot, both in words and in writing. So for someone who is not a good storyteller, you may not have the time to write all of this. Just straight to the point, happy? Please, we are going straight to the point. Just know that you have a minimum number of words you should read, right? So, each paragraph that you're to write should have nothing less than 75 words. Nothing less than 75 words. With that, you should be able to hit around the 250. Yes, please. You need to count. This is how you count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the first line. 1, 2, 3. Second line. So it's not tally, right? So you check the next line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still varying. Then I want to check again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On an average, I'm going to give it 5 words per line. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
So I'll then say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So I'm going to multiply 32 lines by 5 words. So that will give me an idea of how many words I've written in my paragraph 2. So you do the same for paragraphs 1 and 3. So once you've gotten paragraphs 1, 2, 3, you've gotten the number or the total number of words that you've written so far. That will help you to determine how your conclusion will be. Do you understand? So this is how paragraph 2 can begin. Jennifer, do you understand how you can start? Okay, please try and go through it. So this is how you can begin. This is how you can. And look at my body. I explained briefly about the situation. Then I launched my instance, right? And my instance had figures, year, location. Do you understand? These are things you need to factor in, not just spellings. You can see that, okay, in the year 2014, that period, a particular time it happened. Where? In FCT, right? What happened? They went to an estate with over 400 or about 400 houses, right? And they demanded 10 million naira as ransom, right? And an agency was deployed, and then a period was also, the result came within a particular period, and then we had also number of families that had to go freely, and the other ones had to be taken to hospital for checkup. So you need to factor these things out. If you don't want to do it this way, you can give it by percentage. So you could just say about 83% of the Muslims were set free and reunited with their family, while the remaining 13, is it up to 13? 17, right, were rushed to the hospital for medical checkup due to the increase in their blood pressure because of the fear, right? So this is a good paragraph for you to write. Now, paragraph 3, you are going to develop that one, everybody. Paragraph 3. So you are going to write. Please, can I clean this?
Yes, you can.
Those viewing from the via the YouTube platform, please do well to like this video. Do well to subscribe if you're a new viewer, and also if you can participate in this exercise, that would be very nice. So I will give us another topic sentence for paragraph 3. I want us to develop it. I'm going to read through whatever you write. So, for the topic sentence for paragraph 3, please write.
So the paragraph, I need to give space or this is just...
Okay, nice. Now, there are different styles of paragraphing. Different styles. There is the paragraphing style if you are doing handwritten exercise, which is a traditional pattern, where you leave a little margin. Let's assume you want to start writing, you leave this space, right? Then you start, then the second line, you now continue from there, right? Then when you want to do another paragraph, you don't need to leave line, you still leave another margin under it. Is that correct? Do you understand that? That's the traditional default for handwritten exercise. Now the computer package or pattern for paragraphing is you write beginning from the margin, write, type. When you're done, full stop, then enter, leave a space. Then start on the second enter button. Do you understand? And you don't leave margin for computer pattern. So you can either, if you are doing paper-based, you can either apply the traditional pattern or you apply the computer or the typing pattern of paragraphing. Do you understand this?
They are all accepted.
Yes.
Either you give space or you write.
You're right. But if you are not leaving a margin, a space, you have to leave one line. Do you understand this? So you choose the one you prefer.
One line space.
Right. Okay, so let's write. Topic sentence for paragraph 3. Yes, please. What's the question? So we said yes. So we said in this essay I'll be writing to clearly establish how benefits outweigh its advantages to humans and society, right? So for humans and society, The benefit of technology is that it is a solution to insecurity and confusion gap. It is a benefit. It's just things. Another paragraph, that's paragraph 3, will talk about a different benefits of technology to humans and society. Because we are not asked to discuss the two, whether benefits or disadvantage. So we are sticking to one, which is benefits. Do you understand? So we have to generate 2 different points to establish benefits. Please, is this clear? Alright, so the third paragraph, benefit of technology in the aspect of education and commerce. Benefit of technology in the aspect of education and commerce.
In the aspect of
Education or education, the one education. It's pronounced as education. In the aspect of education and commerce. That's all.
commerce.
Commerce, yes. Commerce.
Come on.
Not like over commerce. Okay, Gina, please set 10 minutes. In 10 minutes.
Then comment. Then another topic will do
That's
it.
what you've been thinking. Don't worry.
So I just finish and give us another one. So this
Don't-
one will be
don't-
clear than
don't-
getting our work.
If you don't practice within
Let's practice.
an exam condition, you won't be able to overcome it.
This is our first.
Just do what you want. Just do what you can do. Right? We will still put them together, and you now have
Okay,
it.
let me do it in the row.
And if you can do it on a rough sheet, that's fine. Right? So, but we are doing this within 10 minutes. Gina, are we set? Okay. In 10 minutes, please develop that topic sentence. Benefits of technology to human society in the aspect of education and commerce. Your time starts now. Benefit of education to humans and society. Sorry, benefit of technology to humans and society in the aspect of education and commerce. Please develop it in 10 minutes. Those viewing from the YouTube platform, I would like to see what you are able to do. And benefit of technology to humans and society in the aspect of education and commerce. Please see what you can type and drop it on the comment section, please, if you're viewing on our YouTube platform. Our time is up. Let's see what you are able to do. Please, let's stop writing. I like to read.
There are some you don't really understand the way I want to read it out.
Okay, you want to read on your book?
No, you can read it, you'll be correcting it.
Thank you. Technology was giving a lot of information. Oh, sorry, technology has given a lot of information to students to explore diverse subjects and resources beyond the confines of traditional textbooks. Online libraries, educational websites has provided
Yes. Yes. I was going to show you before.
has provided a lot of knowledge at one's fingertips. Digital tools have tools plural. Have digital tools have helped through online forums, right?
Yeah.
Online fora, plural of forum. Fora. Video conferencing.
Before, how is it going?
Just the way it sounds.
Okay.
Students can also engage in joint projects. Lectures can also technology has transformed.
Lectures can also be held online through a Zoom. No, through Zoom meetings.
All right.
How is it?
Has transformed the way businesses operate. People can now buy and shop online. For instance, whenever I want to purchase a wig, I go on Instagram to order for one. This is very smart. Nice attempt that you will do a lot better. Remember, it is not about spending stuff. Yes, sir.
You should be the last job.
Benefit of technology to humans and society is the aspect of education and commerce. In the time past, your they shouldn't be in capital because it is in the middle of the sentence. In the time past, when they talk of education without technology, it was a big task to achieve success in education. But with the help of technology, the education sector received a boost with the use of technology. The researcher find it way, there are some disconnects here. The researcher find it way easy to get what they is it want? Okay. In the in the modern days where a small girl, Chiamaka, was using computer to learn how to read and write, pronounce words, to read and write, as well as pronounce words, Furthermore, the use of technology in commerce was a good advantage. There shouldn't be again. To those in commerce industry. Repetition. The banking industry was not what it used to be when my late father, then he puts his name, in the year 2020 went to the bank to withdraw his pension from the bank. He went at about 8 a.m. and ended up not coming home with the money, not without. He wanted something today. You can go into the bank and within a space of the time you will do your transaction and go home with your money. Nice. A lot of work needs to be done. All right. In recent times, education has become so easy and enjoyable by the introduction of technology. It has made us to understand. Is that what you want to know? It has made us to understand more clearer and less hectic. It has.
Let me see it, sir. Let me see what I wrote. I don't even know what to do. Oh, can she read it? Because
can you read it
everybody's hand
faster? No, when she's reading it, she'll be
Yes.
correcting herself from,
Yes, sir, you are getting it.
from her mind.
You are getting it. My handwriting is
It's all like your hand.
Okay, just errors, right?
yes, sir.
Technology has, please,
Okay,
all
sir.
of this. Technology has made the world to explore. You are giving short sentences, you need to avoid it. By the introduction of technology, we can learn things easily and through internet, even while sitting in our comfort zone. In the year 1979, education and commerce were done manually, not manual.
Okay.
In Umunze, Anambra State, communication was done through post mails. Nice. After writing a letter to a person, you would have to travel down to the place where that post mail is and send it. This was more stressful and time consuming. You're supposed to complete this information. You don't complete. Unlike the present use of technology, where all you need to do is type and via electronic mail, the person receives instantly.
So that's a good point.
Transportation, on the other hand, was done through maybe horse. Why? Through horse or horses. Please make it plural because it wasn't just one horse they had then. Through horses, donkeys, to mention very few. So good to mention that a few.
Okay.
Right? Nowadays, technology has brought quicker means of education and commerce. Another instance is farming. I think you are going too far. Do you even remember agriculture? Right? Very important. Alright, so that came in here, and that means you completed what we requested and you went further. Nice, well done. She did well with little training. Anti-brain. Okay. Benefit of technology in the aspect of education and commerce. Nowadays, computers are being used in schools today. Nowadays, schools today. You remove one. Nowadays, repeated. Technologies. Is it technologies or technology? Technology has been made compulsory. Please, your spelling of compulsory is not correct. In schools make it plural today. And it has been a lot of help, a lot of assistance or support or aid to humans. Not only that it is useful to us, but also it has made learning easier to students in schools. For instance, counting numbers, browsing things online, reading articles online. Don't need to repeat online. Even some apps created. No, ask Gina. It's here. It's not outside. Gina, director. Students in schools like counting numbers, browsing things online, reading articles online, even some apps created on Play Store. That's it. On Play Stores can also help and also aid to boost our knowledge on things. Moreover, we can learn courses online, using these technology. To further illustrate my point, people no longer go to hospitals to see a doctor to know what is wrong with them. Using all right, well done. You see, we can actually do these things. But if you don't practice, you won't know how well you can get, right? Or how better you can write. You need to write. But the only thing is try to see that someone is helping to evaluate what you are doing so that corrections can be made and improvements will come in, all right? So, now let's talk about this together. I'm going to say it, I'm not going to write. So if you want to write, please be fast about it. I told us that we're going to complete essay writing today. So tomorrow we're going to speaking. Right? So anything on essay must be completed right about now. So the topic sentence for paragraph 3 is on the benefit of technology to humans and society in the aspect of education and commerce. In the years past, yes,
Past.
people,
Comma.
yes, of course. In the years past, people carried out trading, that is buying and selling in brackets. People carried out trading through a traditional practice called trade by barter.
Buying and selling.
People carried out trading in brackets, buying and selling.
Carried out trading through a traditional.
People carry that trading through a
Through
traditional
traditional
practice.
something.
People carried out trading in brackets, buying and selling. That was what I said earlier. Through a traditional practice called trade by barter.
Traditional practice.
Trade by barter. Which required them to have physical contact. Which required them to have physical contact. Sir, you are lost. Where exactly are you?
Rational.
In the years past, people carried out trading in brackets, buying and selling through a traditional practice called trade by barter, which required them to have physical contact in order to be able to transact, exchange what they had, and to get what they wanted. To transact in brackets, by exchanging what they had to get what they wanted.
By exchanging.
What they had to get what they wanted. Full stop. By this practice,
Sorry, sir. Can we do all these brackets? We can still do it like that.
Of course.
Okay.
by this practice, it was quite tedious and stressful.
Sorry, sir, the part is it a C or a S?
By this practice, that is S. By this practice,
Is it S or C? S.
the S. But if it is
S-E.
practicing action now,
Okay.
C-I-N-G.
Okay. By
C.
this practice, comma.
It was quite tedious and stressful to travel from one point to another. To travel from one point to another just to meet a business partner.
Just
A business partner. But with the introduction of technology,
business partner. Full stop.
but with the introduction of technology, people can transact businesses, advertise their goods and services,
People can
transact businesses, advertise their goods and services electronically without physical appearance or contact.
Their goods and services
Electronically,
sorry, sir. Sorry. People can do it.
People can transact business.
people can transact businesses, advertise their goods and services electronically without physical appearance or contact. Simply by simply by using their smart gadgets. Powered by internet and connected to a social media platform. Powered by internet and connected to the social media platform. Powered by internet and connected to the social media platform such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, Twitter, or X
Social media.
platforms such as
such as Facebook, Instagram,
Twitter or X, YouTube, etc. This modern practice, M-O-D-E-R-N, M-O-D-E-R-N. This modern practice, this modern practice, yes, it's not an action, allows buyers and sellers to transact irrespective of their locations. As people can easily place order and the goods will be delivered to them at their doorsteps. So where are you? This modern practice allows buyers and sellers to do what? To transact. No.
Irrespective.
To transact irrespective of their locations, as buyers can easily place their order and the goods will be delivered to them to their doorsteps. The goods or services will be delivered to them at their doorsteps.
Is Is it to or at their doorsteps?
It will deliver to them at their doorsteps.
Is it doorsteps together or
Door and steps. To elucidate further,
doorsteps, comma?
full stop. To elucidate further, over 70% of consumers, now patronize online malls such as Jumia, Konga, Amazon, Alibaba, Gigi, etc. Without going to their physical facilities. So where are you?
The illustration.
Such as Jumia, Konga, K-O-N-G-A, Konga, Amazon, Alibaba, Gigi, etc. without going to their physical facilities.
Just imagine how I wrote mine and then this.
It's the same thing.
No, no, it's too like.
It's the same thing. Okay. Additionally, well over 65% of graduates across the globe, well over 65% of graduates across the world obtained their certificates via online studies.
65% of graduates.
Well over 65% of graduates across the world obtained and or acquired their academic qualifications via online studies. Qualifications via online study or studies.
Their online studies.
Yes. Carried out at the comfort of their homes. This actually became a trend. This actually became full stop. This actually became a trend in 2021 when there was a global total lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Due to the global total lockdown, due to the
I didn't get that. 2021.
when there was a total global lockdown due to COVID-19 pandemic. When there was a global total lockdown due to the COVID-19 pandemic. That made people to resort to virtual stop. This is the end of paragraph 3.
Make people do.
Result, R-E-S-O-R-T. To result to. Virtual, V-I-R-T-U-E-L. To resort to virtual practice.
Is that practice?
Practice is okay. Full stop. This is your paragraph 3. Now with this, you don't need to write any long story in paragraph 4. You have written way beyond 250 already.
It's well done.
You don't want to hear my English, I mean. So what do you need to do? In paragraph 4, there are 2 templates of writing your conclusion. The first template is summarily. You can start your paragraph 4 with summarily or conclusively. That's the first template. The two sequencers we've used now take the same approach. Summarily or conclusively. They take the same approach. Right? So the second template is the use of in light of the above.
And I think that's what we need.
And that's what we should use right about.
Conclusively, because I concluded everything, so it's still that
Ask
You are
question.
not getting it.
Ask question.
Okay, there are 2 templates to begin your paragraph 4, which is conclusion, right? The first template has two examples. So you can either begin by using summarily or conclusively. Any of these 2 apply the same approach. The second template would be the use of in light of the above. Right? So let's understand when to use any of these 2 templates. If you must use summarily or conclusively, you are bound by the practice to give the synopsis of those topics you talked about in paragraphs 2 and 3. Does this make sense to us? If you choose to use summarily or conclusively, you are bound by the practice to give the synopsis. That's summarizing the topics you discussed in paragraphs 2 and 3. For instance, conclusively or summarily, it is evident beyond reasonable doubt that the benefits of technology to humans and society outweigh the disadvantages. You are drifting too much. Your mind keeps going then you come back. Eh? You are drifting too much. Please come back, eh? These are content. You have no other content. Okay. So, if I say conclusively or summarily, it is evident beyond reasonable doubt that the benefits of technology to humans and society cannot be overemphasized as they outweigh the disadvantages. Was that what you wrote? No one is saying. As they outweigh the disadvantages, not only by posing or by being the solution to insecurity and communication gaps, but also to solve the problem of education as well as commerce. These are the 2 topics we talked about, right? So I have summarized the 2. Should I? After drifting there. Okay. Conclusively or summarily, it is evident beyond reasonable doubt that the benefits, are you right? It is evident beyond reasonable doubt that the benefits of technology to humans and society cannot be overemphasized. Did you get that? It is evident beyond reasonable doubt that the benefits of technology to humans and society cannot be overemphasized. Benefits of technology to humans and society. That's the topic we're treating. The benefits of technology to humans and society cannot be overemphasized. As they outweigh the disadvantages. Right? By not only being a solution to insecurity and communication gaps, but also providing the solution to insecurity and communication gaps, but also providing opportunities for
the solution to
Insecurity
insecurity.
and communication.
I'm fine. So I'm lost.
But
you are not lost, you're in this place.
Insecurity and
I'm
communication.
not following from that. It is an evidence that
Conclusively, or summarily,
but
it is evident, not an evidence. It is evident that
beyond
technology, that the benefits
of technology to humans and society.
conclusively or summarily, it is evident beyond reasonable doubt that the benefits of technology to humans and society cannot be overemphasized. Overemphasized is one word.
Overemphasize one word.
Is Amaka, have you gotten it?
Cannot be overemphasized as they outweigh the disadvantages.
As they outweigh the disadvantage. Have you gotten it?
I'll collect from them and write it.
Okay.
By
So how will you
I'm taking
connect?
you down. I'm getting what you're
Okay.
saying.
Okay. So cannot be overemphasized as they outweigh the disadvantages by not only being the solution to insecurity and communication gaps, but also providing global opportunity for academic global opportunities for academic attainment, as well as commerce. Attainment as well as commerce.
For academics or for
Attainment
Attainment.
and commerce.
it's also provide, sorry.
Sir?
It also provide, but
But also providing global opportunities.
Global opportunities for academic attainment and commerce electronically. Full stop. Full stop. Therefore, in my experiential opinion, therefore,
command.
yes, please. In my experiential opinion,
Expiration.
experiential, as if you want to write experience. So before you write a C, you now put it, change it to T. Experiential. Before you write C, you no longer need to write C, just change to T. T-I-A-L, experiential. Is that clear? Therefore, in my experiential opinion, I strongly recommend that
Is there a comma?
in my expression opinion, I strongly recommend that while humans and society tend to enjoy the enormous benefits of technology, humans, or why humanity, you don't need to put society anymore. While humanity tend to enjoy the enormous benefits or advantages or merits, take one, tend to enjoy the enormous benefits or gains or profits or merits or advantages, choose one,
The enormous benefits.
of technology, it is also pertinent. Yes. It is also pertinent. Yeah. Are you
Benefit
here?
of technology. Going to enjoy the enormous benefit of technology, comma, or full stop.
Comma. It
Yes.
is also
Comma. It is also pertinent. You using black pen. Oh God. To make sure the writing look like where, you know, when when Ken is trying to get food for the children.
it is also pertinent.
To note that there is the need. It is also pertinent to note that there is a great need to checkmate,
Checkmate.
one word, and regulate the operations and activities of the cyber world in order to curtail the operations and activities of the cyber world, world, in order to curtail and prevent fraud and scam. Prevent fraud and scam. Full stop. This is for you that would like to say summarily or conclusively. But if you would like to use in light of the above, please write. Alternatively, you can make it because this is the second template. Alternatively.
Okay.
Then you go to the next line. In light of the above, I therefore recommend strongly that have you written this? In light of the above, I therefore recommend strongly that. Have you written it?
Yes.
Now, go back to the summary you just finished. Go to where you have experiential opinion. Have you seen that point?
Yes.
Now read further. It says, I strongly recommend that. Have you seen it?
Yes.
Now from that word that comes after that.
You copy and paste. I think I like this one.
Yes,
Why would you like
better
it?
now.
Soft life.
Why are you stressing?
You like it?
You ask question. Why is it so?
So while you're writing, let me quickly tell you why we are using, let me tell you when you can use any of these two templates. Now, what we have done today to write our essay, you can always complete this at home. I think it's better you listen and understand. Now, we have just completed the essay, we have written the paragraphs 2 and 3, and they are quite lengthy, right? The 2 and 3 alone is giving us almost 200 words, or over 200 words, right? So, once you have written beyond or up to 250, between paragraphs 1 to 3, You do not need to use summary or conclusive. Because if you do that, you are elongating your essay. Examiners have got a pile of questions to mark. Do you understand? So you want to be very concise or precise when you're writing your paragraph, or because already you have hit the minimum number of words. So it is better to go for in light of the above. When you have confirmed that you have written up to or above 250. Jennifer, do you understand?
Yes.
When you are calculating what to use and what to do.
So I think I will use.
Whether you don't know.
But if
Yeah, what you want?
I know that's fine. But if you have not written up to 250, please don't use it.
Okay.
Don't use in light of the above. If you have not written up to 250.
But when the time is no longer there for us to complete, is it not sharp one?
If you do sharp and the examiner finds out that you didn't hit up the minimum number, you are losing mark already.
But it's better you conclude than leaving it.
Yes, of course, you
So
must.
We have to use that in there.
You must conclude. If you are, no matter what you are doing,
Okay.
no matter what you're doing, please, if you hear you have 5 minutes more, please leave whatever you're doing, go and do your paragraph 4. Do you understand? Please. Because remember, when we started essay, I talked about 4 yardsticks with which examiners assess what you've done, right? And the first one was the task achievement. So your task achievement is your ability to completely respond to the questions, 4 paragraphs. So please, put that at the back of your mind. Once you get time up or 5 minutes more, ensure you produce a 4th paragraph. Right? So this is the essay for you. I will send Gina. I don't want to say I will. You have their email, not email, their WhatsApp numbers, right?
We don't have a group first.
Have you not added them to the group?
No, we should have it. I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything.
Have you been added to the group?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, so Gina, please drop the 5-in-1 questions on the group, right? So please pick from them. 5-in-1 questions.
There are different questions now of these types too.
Yes.
And I want to ask something. That one is say discuss both opinion and give your
Discuss both sides of the arguments
and give your opinion. Where you need to write your own opinion then?
in paragraph 1 and paragraph 4. After saying in this essay, I'll be writing to clearly discuss the 2 issues raised above. However, in my opinion, I strongly recommend that paragraph 1. Then when you come to paragraph 4, after saying in light of the above, according to you, you now say, I bring down that opinion. I strongly recommend that. But you know, you are not bringing it, and that reminds me, pardon me, you're not meant to copy that's your opinion exactly the way you wrote it in paragraph 1.
You change something,
Yes.
but let it be.
Yes, the same opinion, but in a paraphrased way. Right? That's what you must do. So this is how your essay should look like. So once you receive those questions, please paraphrase all of them in 20 minutes. All of them. 5 questions. Paraphrase all of them in 20 minutes. Then pick any one out of the 5 questions and do a complete essay and bring to me. It may not be tomorrow, it may be on Friday, so that I'll use the weekend to see what I can do to work. Right, so this is the essay, and this is where we draw the curtain. Please, you need to begin to work. You need to begin to work. There is no time. The earlier you begin, the better for us. And the good thing about practicing is IELTS repeats questions. Apart from that, yes. Apart from that, IELTS questions there are different question types. You won't be able to get used to how to to solve questions if you don't begin to practice to see the different question types. The ones that will say, do you agree or disagree? You know that you have how many points to produce?
So do you agree or disagree?
Yes.
You have 1 point. Do you agree or disagree?
Yes. I'm not asking of option. I said how many points would you generate to write?
2.
Two.
Yeah.
If it says do you agree or disagree, you will now choose whether to agree or disagree. Fine. Now when you choose to agree, you need to produce 2 different points to now show your agreement. Do you understand? Those 2 points will be discussed in paragraphs 2 and 3. Is this clear? If it says to what extent do you agree or disagree, how many options do you have? To what how many options, not points?
To what, like, is it
To what
completely
extent
or-
do you agree or disagree? How many options do you have?
No option.
No option.
I totally agree. I partially agree.
How many options?
One.
To what extent?
There are 2 options.
So what
To what extent? Either you totally agree or you agree to some extent or partially. Do you understand? If you totally agree, you are generating how many points?
2 points.
2 points, both for agreement. If you partially agree or you agree to an extent, how many points are you generating?
2 points.
Still 2 points, the same points? No. If you agree partially, your first point will be to agree, second point will be to oppose it. Don't get this confused, right? So please understand this. Then if it says discuss both sides, how many options do you have?
2.
You don't have any option.
Like,
You understand
both
question?
sides, like
Options.
the first one and the second one. Okay.
Discuss both sides of this question and give your opinion. How many options do you have?
No option. You have to discuss this with them.
So in this case, how many points are you generating? 2 points. How?
1 for 1 against.
1 for each. 2 points. One for 1 point, the other for the opposing point. They are not generating. It says discuss both sides. That means if there is an argument, if there is an argument, that means there is a faction that says yes, another faction says no. Now you are asked to discuss both sides. So you have to generate a point for yes and generate a point for no. Please don't forget this. If a question says, why did they do so? What are the benefits? You generate points to establish why they do so. And generate points to establish their benefits. Please, do you understand this?
Yes.
You need to practice to understand these things now that I'm talking about. You need to practice. All right, thank you so much. I believe we do you have any question about IELTS essay writing? Any question? You will have. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Let's go through the homework you gave us.
Okay.
So at this place you wrote, taken to a hospital. Taken to a hospital. I was thinking it's taken to hospital.
Taken to the hospital. Taken to the hospital.
Who's saying
Taken to hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Taking to hospital. Yes, it's correct. Taking to a hospital is also correct. It depends on-
Taken to the hospital.
No, it's not correct. When you say the hospital, that means there is a particular one you are talking about. Hmm? So, but taken to a hospital, it could be anyone within that locality. Taken to hospital meaning where the person received treatment. I don't know if you understand, sir. So it depends on how you want to express it. So, but that's all. That's all. That's all.